this tarot reading. Tonight we'll be doing a tarot reading for the year ahead. If you are finding this video later, it may also apply, but it will be a longer scope reading for the next 12 months, especially the next 6 months. In front of us today we have 3 piles. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. This is a pick a reading, or pick a pile, or pick a group video. Pick a pile, pick a pile. So, if you can soften your gaze and take a look at these 3 piles. Take a deep breath in and out. Try to feel which pile calls you to it. We have 3 to choose from. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. I will leave timestamps down below so you can jump ahead to whichever pile you choose, and I will see you there for your reading. Hey, Group 1, and welcome to your reading. I have your reading set out for you here, and I think we should just jump in. So this card here is the main theme for the year ahead for you. We have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups. Really beautiful card. This year is going to be about new love or a new relationship of any sort, but likely romantic. If you're already in a serious relationship, it could be instead reaching a new vista, like a new level of that relationship. There's going to be a sense of like newfound optimism. I think the year will be one of being emotionally open, emotionally available, and you will have opportunities to be vulnerable. Vulnerability begets intimacy. So it's going to be a very heart-forward year for you. You're really like wading into emotional expression, and the key here too is that it's the joy of both giving and receiving. So there's a reciprocity here. This cup is overflowing. There's an abundance of emotional stability, emotional wealth, and a seamless kind of fluidity between what you give to others emotionally and then what you receive in return from them. So it may be a year too about holding space for these emotions, your emotions or the emotions of people you care about, people who are close to you. Yeah, holding space, asking questions, emotionally guided questions, like wanting to know the person's answer, holding space for their answer, listening, and opening your heart. So it will either be with someone you're romantically involved in, or it could also be with yourself, like a kind of emotional vulnerability, a layer that you shed to get deeper into your own heart, see your own heart more clearly. It's a really beautiful card. Okay, So leaving behind, we have here Five of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like this is, of course, it's in conversation with this card, but I feel really strongly that these are speaking directly to each other. I think this year you're turning a corner and getting like leaving behind, giving too much of yourself to the wrong people. The Queen of Pentacles is a nurturer. Five of Swords is conflict, usually necessary conflict, or winning at all costs. So perhaps previously you've overextended. You've given too much of yourself to people who maybe didn't entirely deserve it. That doesn't mean they were bad even. They could have been bad, or they could have been neutral. It would have been the wrong people, even if it meant they treated you well enough but didn't give back in return, right? Like didn't also hold space for you. So perhaps in the past you've overextended a bit, and spreading yourself too thin like that has created conflict. It's important to not play the mother to others. Play the mother, of course, if you're a parent to your children, but other than that, you are not the mother of anyone. So for your children, maybe yourself, you're not the mother of anyone else, not your partner, not your parents, not your friends. So keep that in mind and leave that behind. It could also be that there's been some strife under your roof, like at home. There's been some tension brewing or sustained, and that's going to end this year. It's going to go away on its own, or it may go away simply because you will no longer tolerate it. Yeah, I'm gonna take back some of our emotional power for ourselves, I feel. Okay, moving towards Queen of Swords and the Horseman of Wands, which is the Knight. So got another queen here. The Queen of Swords is first and foremost for herself. She's discerning, direct. She's candid and she's calm. She's firm. You can see in her face here. So no longer tolerating conflict under your roof, no longer taking on too much, no longer giving yourself away for free. Again, there has to be this kind of flow or reciprocation, this reciprocity here, like reciprocation better. I think the year will be moving towards also speaking directly about your needs, voicing your needs. She speaks clearly. He moves with passion, takes action. So I feel like voicing your needs is going to come into focus, like how to do that and some ease around doing that this year. And also, if this resonates with you, I think this year is going to be about embracing the dark feminine. The dark feminine, that woman, she does not over-explain. She does not capitulate. She is firm. She knows her limits and her boundaries, and she communicates them calmly and firmly. You may want to look into working with or on your throat chakra this year. And through that, you're going to have even easier access to courage, confidence, the ability to take action and there's some kind of line that you will want to draw, just a calm line, firmly and calmly, drawing a line and raising your standards for who you let into your life, for who is allowed to access your energy. That's what you're moving towards. Then here we have an obstacle. So one obstacle for you this year, we have the Ace of Pentacles. This embodiment may feel risky or uncomfortable to you. I think you're used to being more practical, perhaps, or there could be some worrying about how others will feel about your needs, your wants, your desires once you've expressed them. So that might feel impractical or destabilizing. And in that case, you can keep in mind, like for overcoming this aspect of it, that discomfort is not necessarily a problem. Sometimes discomfort is merely a sign of you growing into something new. Also with this card, although it's an obstacle, it's also suggesting that there's abundance available to you. It may be material abundance, it may be precisely this behavioral sovereignty we're talking about here. But to access this abundance, all you need to do is ask for it and to speak it into existence. And that's your assignment. Okay, then we're going to look up here, which these are areas of focus to kind of embody or reach your highest vibration. We have the King of Swords, the Nine of Wands, beautiful, and the Queen of Cups, another queen. So it's going to behoove you to be rational, be strong-minded, and communicate what's on your mind, as we've discussed. There's definitely going to be the task, really not even a task, like the gift and the joy of setting boundaries, being discerning. What drains you should be kept out. Just pay attention to what drains your energy and what elevates your energy and work off that. But some boundaries will be drawn, and it will feel good to do that. When you draw the boundaries, you'll feel it instantly, and you'll be like, I should have done that sooner. And then also, you'll be benefited by listening to your emotional intuition. It's a good compass. There's a lot of queens here. It's really beautiful, receptive energy, moving from providing and nurturing in this more motherly sense, or physical, like the hearth and the home sense, like nourishing others, to speaking your mind, and the emotional intelligence or intuition you have innately is the linchpin between the two. So there's no need to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You've been in this energy, and you can bring this emotional intuition with you as you move into this dark feminine, receptive yet assertive energy, this assertion. Use your emotional intuition as a compass. Okay, and then finally we have two bits of advice just see what they say. This is a tarot and oracle, but I use it mostly as an oracle. Release yourself first and grow through life. So, release yourself first. I get the sense that kindness comes naturally to you. This card is reminding you that, well, that kindness is beautiful, and that kindness must also extend to your treatment of yourself. Release yourself first. You can put yourself first sometimes. You can be your highest priority sometimes. And grow through life. This is the very action-oriented side that you're moving towards. It's time to live. You grow by doing. You grow by trying things in a new way, by opening your heart, and by declaring your needs. By opening your heart and by declaring your needs, you're gonna expand. You're gonna take up more space. Really feel the resonance of your voice. And that's how these emotions will start to flow more freely back and forth in a reciprocal cycle. So all the love that you put into the world, you are going to get back in return. You are also going to be warmed by it as given to you by others. It's all about reciprocity this year, taking care of yourself, and really opening your heart in a new way to this emotional give and take. Okay, I'm going to leave you reading here, group 1. I hope that this resonated with you. If it did, please feel free to let me know down below. I'd love to hear from you. I hope you're having a great start to the new year. I'm excited for you and for what's to come. I hope you're doing super, super well. And if you're not, that's okay too. I will talk to you very soon. And until then, good night, good night, good night. Hey group 2, hello and welcome to your reading. I've laid out all your cards for you here, and I just want to jump into it with you. These cards were pretty jumpy, so I'm excited to see what they have to say. Alright, so we're going to start here with this card. This is your theme of the year, the theme of the year ahead, what everything's going to kind of revolve around. So we have the Queen of Swords. We love the Queen of Swords. She's gorgeous and true and fierce. This year is going to be about the highest form of truth and thought. I'm getting a few different threads of that. It's wielding the mature feminine power of the mind, which is wise, quiet, all-seeing. Also detaching from emotions a little to see things impartially. Valuing intellect above all else, telling it how it is, going straight to the point. But I think especially I'm getting wielding, what I first said, wielding that mature wisdom of the feminine mind. Yeah, where it's quiet, observant, all-seeing. This year, thematically for you, is going to be about embodying more than ever. Maybe you already embodied this, but maybe it'll be new to you, or maybe you'll go deeper into it. Embodying more than ever or more than usual, the idea of still waters run deep. That's you. Still waters run deep, especially this year. And I don't know what to make of it, but I'm getting to maybe this year you might be a little misunderstood. I'm not really sure by whom yet, but it's gonna be like misunderstood. Maybe because you're gonna have this kind of deep knowing that other people will want or envy, it might set some people off. But you're not going to be that bothered. Alright, let's see what else is up. We have what you're leaving behind here. Horseman of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords, and Two of Cups. These are really interesting together to me. Historically, you may have been someone who acted without a thought. Acted first and thought about it later, or thought about it not at all. Maybe you've been someone who acted on impulse in the past, and this year you're being asked to hold your cards a little more close to your chest, especially in regards to the things that you care about deeply, or the powerful truths you come to know. I'm getting like holding them closer to your chest. This year there's a move away from debating your point, from arguing your point. It's enough that you know what you know. And I really feel like it's going to be better for your relationships, especially close one-on-one relationships, good relationships, that you hold the cards closer to your chest, or maybe better said, you hold your tongue a bit. And if you're going to share something, you share it slowly, thoughtfully, in the way that you want, with the words that you want. So it's the same incisiveness or profoundness of your still waters run deep, your great intellect, your powerful wisdom, but stated differently, perhaps. Delivered differently. Okay, we're moving towards the Ace of Swords and the Hanged Man. Yeah, 100% you're being asked by the cards to move more slowly. Like this is a year is a time for observation, not action. And there's power in the observation. Like maybe you're waiting for something big. This might be just for some of you, but you're waiting for something big to happen where you'll be more in the public eye, or you'll be higher up somewhere and more eyes will be on you. But that isn't happening yet, and there's power in your anonymity or in the slowness. It's kind of specific, but it's that, like, by observing, your knowledge is going to deepen in ways that are hard to express for me here. Like, it's like gonna deepen your sense of self, your way of thinking, and your wisdom about the world is going to become, through inaction, through active observation, your way of thinking is going to become like clear spring water, lucid, limpid even. Just by practicing not feeling the need to convince others. You don't have to convince others. You're more powerful if you don't try to convince others. No need to worry about what they think. And you can be satisfied with something that you say just once. You don't have to keep hammering it home, like looking for validation or confirmation of acceptance, of agreement of the idea. And in being more, in being suspended here, it's going to build your power, and you're going to have this year a further developed, immense quiet power of the mind. It's like your curriculum this year. Having this wisdom, this is your curriculum. Having wisdom, having the power of observation about and also a deeper sense of self, and just kind of holding it to you, sharing it when it's right, but also not fighting people on it. It's more powerful if you say things just once. It's funny just because I'm really trying to get these words out for you, but it's more powerful for you when you say things just the once. Obstacle here, we have the Magician. Your obstacle is this surrender, this assignment to sit with yourself, to stop trying to convince people of what you know, stop trying to get them to agree with you. You have a talent for communicating things in a certain way and a little bit of maneuvering, and you get itches to frame things in a certain way, and you're good at it. And so your obstacle is almost your own talent of communication, the power of your independent mind. It's like this year, can you just hold on to that for yourself? Can you just not diminish your power, but hold it and allow it to grow. Allow it to grow. I'm just getting out of your own way here a bit. Yeah, it's going to be better for your relationships. Practicing acceptance and knowing what you know, not having to convince others. Okay, areas of focus now for kind of embodying your highest vibration or highest sense of self this year. We have 9 of Pentacles, the World, and 8 of Wands. So you're going to be your best self this year with self-sufficiency, self-reliance, time alone, and combined with really enjoying yourself, being proud by yourself, patting your own self on the back about your accomplishments, enjoying also the art, the beauty, the comforts around you. And there's going to be a sense too of harmony and appreciation, and if you can tap into that, live in the moment and just be present, that's going to aid you a lot as well. I feel like there's a delighting in your own company kind of suggestion here. And then we have the 8 of Wands. So you're also going to be benefited by finding meaningful projects to pour yourself into, finding or cultivating, spending time doing activities in which you can reach a kind of flow state to occupy your mind in a positive way, because the power of your mind is clear. So occupy it strategically and in a way that's spiritually aligned, in a way that fills you up and that is productive, creative, active in positive ways. Okay, then here we have some advice. So this is a tarot and oracle deck, but I'm reading it here as an oracle, so we will read the messages. You have plant by the moon and stay away from instant gratification. You heard it here. You can, to release some of these kind of self-destructive needs, again, to convince and to impulsively state things with a sharp tongue, you can work with the moon. Pay attention to lunar cycles, work with the moon, and tap into the ebb and flow of things. It's going to help you kind of pace yourself out simultaneously, like these two cards together. You're being asked to stretch the time between thought and action, or just don't act for a little bit and see what it does. You can always act later, and maybe in waiting you realize you didn't have to say that thing, or you didn't have to do that thing. With a little bit of time, maybe the impulse to speak or do will disappear altogether, and so then there was no need to do it in the first place. Staying away from instant gratification. Practice putting space between your impulse to say just what you want. You can still say just what you want. The Queen of Swords is so exalted when she does, but this year's about, the curriculum is about waiting first and then speaking. Waiting first and then speaking. Okay, I'm going to leave your reading here in group 2. I hope that it resonated with you. If it did, please let me know down below. Always love to hear how the cards connect. So I hope you're doing super, super well. I hope the new year is, just filling you with light. And if not, that's okay too. I will talk to you very soon. And until then, good night, good night, good night. Hey, group 3. It's good to see you. Hello, and welcome to your reading. I've laid the cards out for us already, and I think we should just jump in. I'm going to start today with this card, which represents the theme for your year ahead. It's what everything will kind of revolve around. And you got the Chariot. The Chariot. It's a really good card for the start of a year. It's going to be a year of individual drive and ambition and discipline, achieving through discipline. Some kind of barrier or limitation that was in your way, probably self-created, something that was holding you back, you're going to break free from this year to reach your goals through focus and determination. It's like just have laser sharp focus on what you want, then take the reins and go get it. It's like this year you're in the driver's seat, you're in control, all you have to do is keep your eye on the prize. And I'll add a note too, which is that the goal you choose with this kind of certificate from the universe to achieve something you want, this one thing that you most want this year, a note on that is that willpower, which the chariot is all about, willpower is best applied to an external goal, not an internal goal, because external goals work more on timelines driven forth by us and internal ones not so much. So some kind of external goal is waiting for you. It's already done. You just have to go to the place and pick it up, kind of thing. And the way you do that, the way you get there, is through being a master of yourself, not through domination of yourself, or domination, but through cooperation, cooperative discipline, cooperating with yourself, not fighting yourself. But you'll have mastery over your habits and your focus this year. So, then this is what you are leaving behind. So we have 3 of Cups and the 4 of Cups. I think in this past year, maybe time has been spent on socializing that could have been spent on this goal that you've been thinking about for a while. You may need this year to spend more time alone and spend more time on your goal. It's important to still be in touch and have fruitful and fulfilling relationships, of course, but not for the sake of distraction. There's a kind of need to get real with yourself about what you actually want, not what you think you should want. And something about socialization has been muddying your thoughts. Maybe people close to you have a different idea of success or a different idea of accomplishment, or what's normal in terms of reaching that goal, like what kind of work needs to be done. It's like maybe there's someone who's kind of got your ear saying, don't worry, it'll fall in your lap. Don't worry, it's going to fall in your lap. When the time's right, it's going to fall in your lap. And the cards are saying, actually, no, it's very ripe for the picking, but you're going to need willpower and a little bit of gentle discipline to get there. So just paying attention to how social outlets are serving you. You do need some, but again, there might be some layer or some aspect of this that has, in the past year or so, been, again, muddying your thoughts, siphoning time away from what you would be doing to get to your goal, or just distracting you maybe. And this year, that's getting left behind. Then moving towards, the 3 of Wands and the 2 of Swords. So this is making a plan and then putting that plan into action. Your plan is sound. Yeah, I'm getting again, like it's ripe for the picking. It's ripe for the picking. And you gotta pick it this year too. It's like it's ripe for the picking and you don't want it to rot on the vine. So this year is the year to act. It's gonna go smoothly this year. Your work towards your goal, it's going to feel expansive. And that's not to say that it's not gonna have delays or obstacles along the way, but when you encounter delays or obstacles, you're going to navigate them this year with a kind of ease and expertise that you didn't quite have a handle on before. The reins are just, they're in your hand. And there's going to be a kind of agility that you have in terms of working and advancing. There's kind of agility this year. When there's conflict or an obstacle, you're going to be able to maintain a certain balance. We have the two swords here and the two horses, one white, one black. It's harnessing opposing forces to drive us forward. And similarly with the Two of Swords, we have a kind of balance, a steadiness. It's also a protective stance. So if or when there are delays, obstacles, you're going to be able to keep your balance and keep your emotions in check. It's going to be easy. It's almost like this year, finally, you're gonna, you choose your goal, right? And you're gonna take your goal and almost put it above yourself. Like the goal will be more to you than yourself, but it's also for you. But putting your goal above yourself and acting in ways that will protect your ability to achieve what you want to achieve. Your goal is a lodestar drawing you forward, something you're aiming for. And I'm just getting like it's this like real meaning and kind of higher purpose. It's almost magnetic, drawing you forward. And it's a worthy goal. It's a worthy goal. And when you reach it, it's going to give shape to many aspects of your life in the near future in a positive way. That's how worthy it is. Okay. So then here we have an obstacle. What obstacle is going to kind of be a stick in your wheels, literally with the Chariot, I guess, this year. We have the Six of Wands. So to maintain your focus, it's really important that you ignore the pull of outward achievement. Resist the pull in like the desire for accolades and recognition. It's coming. Like I said, it's ripe for the picking. You're gonna get there. But the accolades aren't gonna come on schedule. And if you focus on them too much instead of the actual fruit you're going for, the actual goal you're going for, if you use this as fuel, the accolades and the recognition, you're gonna lose steam. It's gonna burn out. So your assignment is to kind of resist this as fuel. The external goal will be realized if you stay focused. It will exist in the world. But if you're doing it for fame or fortune, you're going to be disappointed. That's not going to come until later. And so if it's the reason for your actions, it's going to corrupt your actions. And then this isn't going to be as beautifully realized. So the obstacle is letting go of ego, setting your ego aside, making sure that you're clear on what you're doing and why. And as soon as you're clear on that, you're going to be unstoppable. Okay, and then here we have some cards, kind of areas of focus to be your best self, reach your highest vibration this year. We have the Six of Cups, Seven of Swords, and the Fool. So you're going to be aided a lot by familiarity. The familiar will be grounding for you and enable you to do your best work and your most far-reaching work. Use what's close to the heart and close to home to ground you so that you feel stable enough to do this far-reaching work, to take more risks almost. And coming to it like a child, almost. As best as you can, come to it like an innocent, blank slate, curious, and eager, with no preconceived notions or ideas. And you'll also be served this year by editing things down in your life, like getting rid of what you don't need and what's not really fulfilling you. It's like essentials only. Essentials only. Take only what you can carry, kind of thing. And then be open, be eager. Be open, be eager. There's boundless potential here. And also, maybe a tool I would say is to maintain this eagerness, this openness. Any worries you have that are founded should be dealt with, but maybe you can set them aside. Make a worry day or a worry month, or certain checkpoints in the quarter or in the year at which you can stop and reassess or address real worries with staying power, real things that you want to kind of pick at or solve. Just don't let them bog you down, right? So like maybe if you can, set them aside, make a worry day, a worry month, because then you can maintain this mindset to work really, really, really well at all other times with a clear mind. And then here we have some advice. This is a tarot and oracle deck, but tonight I'm using it as an oracle for you. So, you only fail when you stop trying. And express yourself without limitation. It's beautiful. So, have faith, have courage, keep at it. I think this might be something that you tried before, tried many times, tried several times. Like there's been iterations of this somehow. So it's important to recognize that those iterations or trials have prepared you for this moment through trial and error. Those experiences are aids to you. They're not limits, they're aids. And you're being encouraged to aim high, to really go for it. Express yourself without limitation. And just have courage, have faith, keep at it. Okay, group 3. I'm going to leave your reading there. If it resonated with you, please let me know down below. I'd love to hear what you're aiming for. You have a really beautiful year ahead, and I hope that you're doing super, super, super well. If you're not, that's okay too. I will talk to you very soon, and until then, good night, good night, good night.